Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are sharing with you our ultimate guide to Amtrak bedrooms.
Alright, we're going to break down all the Amtrak bedrooms for you today. We've got Superliner bedrooms, we've got Viewliner bedrooms. We're going to tell you which ones you need to be looking at and what the differences are. We're going to give you a tour of both right now and come back and go over the pros and cons and give you all the details.
All right, there's a lot to talk about here. So let's start over here in this corner. First of all, this is your sink area. You're gonna have your trash here, which is a much bigger bin area than you normally have in a roomette. And you've got a little medicine cabinet type thing here. You've got extra toilet paper and some tissue and cups to rinse out when you're brushing your teeth, washcloths and hand towels, as well as soap. And here you've got your sink and you've got liquid soap here already, and you've got your hot and your cold. You push these, whoa, wild. You push it and the water will drip out. We've got this here because it was making a ruckus while we were sitting here. Okay, you've got two outlets here, which I think is fantastic to have these two. There's another one in the room. I'll show you that in a minute. And then here you've got a mirror to see yourself. Hello. And then you've also got a light. You can turn that off, or you can even use it as a night light if you wanted to at night when you're sleeping. Now over here in this little corner is actually a closet. Open that up and we've got some pillows stuffed in here, and you can see the hangers right there. So back here, we'll take a peek. This is where the other outlet is, and also your temperature control is here. We'll look at the other side in just a moment. You also have a nice little kind of night light right here, or reading light for the person on the bottom bunk, or if you're just going to sit here and read. We'll get this down in just a minute and fold this out into the bed in a moment, but let me show you a little bit more. You do have your tray table, so you can eat here in the room, or you can eat in the dining car, or you can set this out to work on your computer, or you can sit, you know, to read or play a game or whatever. And then you've got one seat facing forward in this car. It could be reverse depending on what direction they attach it in. You've got a little storage shelf up here, and also a light underneath for reading here, which you can turn on right there. And then this is a storage shelf up here. It does have a lip on it, so that would help something to not just fall down on top of you if you were there. Now, let's go into the bathroom. So this is an all-in-one, and it is a commode and a shower all in one. Now, you would shower, I'll just go ahead and come in here. So there's a drain down here, you can see it down there, and then this is your toilet area here, and there's your flush button. There is a bar in here should you need it. Sometimes the train does kind of shake once it gets going pretty quickly. And then up here we've got our towels stored. You've got the shower head here, and this actually comes off, so if you're not as tall, or you like to just, you know, do a quickie rinse, then that's good. And then in here you would just turn this, which I'm not going to do right now because we're all going to take a shower, and then you would push the button here to get it going. So it's a two-way system, and this actually goes inside here, and you flip this down to cover your toilet paper so that you don't shower your toilet paper, because that would be really bizarre if you try to use your toilet paper after you wet it. It would be like wet wipes, right? Okay, and then I'll show you a little bit more about this up here, but there is the upper bunk here, and you do get a ladder that we'll pull down, and we'll set the whole thing up for you, but we'll set this whole room up for sleeping. And Rob will also be getting out his handy dandy tape measure to measure all of this out for you, and he's also going to give you a tour of his favorite place, is the upper bunk penthouse. So hang on, let's switch this around for you, and we'll show you what it looks like when we're sleeping. Okay, so just about done with the setup here. This is the ladder, and we can put this wherever for Rob. It's nice and secure, and there's kind of a rubber on here so that it's not metal and making noise on here. It's nice and quiet and very secure. Also, check this out. So if you look down here, this little button right here it says push for bed, and then there's a little bar here. So the thing is, you want to push this down and pull this, but once you pull this, you don't have to actually pull the whole time to get the bed to come out, but you do have to push down here in order to keep it coming out. Now what I like to do is, instead of trying to pull out with the bar, I like to come back here. Let me turn the light on here. I like to come back here and I push the top part of the seat then, instead of pulling the bar the whole time. I find that easier, but the room attendant actually is going to make this up for you. So if you don't want to hassle with it, or you know, you think it's going to be too challenging, then just go ahead and wait for the room attendant and they'll take care of it for you. Usually they do it when you're at dinner and get it all set up for you, so you don't have to do it. Now over here, what I want you to see is, see this space here? Watch my legs here. Look at this. Super tight once the bed is out. And I'm gonna have Rob measure this in a minute when he gets his handy dandy tape measure out. But I think the best way to do this is to put your feet over the edge here if you want to get out of the room while the bed is made, and slide forward, and then you're out the doors right here and you're out of the room. So you don't want to try to get out this way just because it's so narrow, I think. But Rob's going to, like I said, get that tape measure out. He's going to give you a tour of the penthouse, and we'll give you a look at what the whole room looks like all made up.
Okay, it's time to go up to the upper bunk, and I was trying to figure out which side I want to sleep on. I think I've chosen the side here by the windows because I'll be less likely to hear people talking in the hallway. So we do have a ladder, so that's going to be hopefully easy. I'm going to try to get up there and see how difficult it is right now. Oh yeah, this is a piece of cake. This is actually pretty big up here. So I measured this a little bit ago, and it's 28 inches wide and 6'2" long. So I'm not 6'2", so this is going to be plenty big for me. And it looks like you got about 22 inches to the ceiling. So you can't quite sit up. You'll hit your head if you do that. But this is really feels more spacious even than a roomette or some of the other rooms I've been on. For a Superliner, I think this is about as spacious as a bunk as you're gonna get on the upper level. So let me show you a couple things up here. We do have a little pouch here to put snacks, and I usually put my glasses, my phone, and all that kind of stuff up here. And then we don't have any outlets up here. So that's one thing you're gonna have to figure out, is where to charge your phone and how to set that up. And then as far as the air conditioning goes, this is another reason to sleep on the other end, because see how these vents are angled right at the bed? If your head is right down here where my foot is, then you will, if you show them where my foot is down here, if your head is laying right there, it's like my leg is getting cold just with these vents. So you're gonna probably want to sleep on this end down here, unless you like having air blowing on your head all night, in which case that'll be the perfect spot. But yeah, the other thing you want to do is make sure you hook these up, because you are traveling this way, and you could pretty easily roll out if these aren't there, and there's no wall here to catch you. Like on a roomette, if you kind of rolled out, the wall is right here, so you'd kind of run into the wall before you hit the ground, and it would probably wake you up. On this one, you're just gonna tumble out, roll down the ladder, hit the floor, and that will not be good. So I really like this up here. This is a pretty good accommodation. One of the better upper bunks on Amtrak is this Superliner bedroom. So if you end up here, count it as a good thing and enjoy your ride. A couple other things I wanted to mention about the bedroom on the Superliner is the cost. Everybody wants to know the cost, and it can range anywhere from a couple $100 up to well over $1,000, depending on how far you're going and what time of season it is. But a general rule of thumb is, for a full Superliner roomette trip, and a bedroom, you can expect to pay probably a little over $1,000. And now that can be reduced if you use a coupon, or if you get it on the buy one get one free sale. If you don't know what that is, we have another video about that, or we have a whole article on our website, groundedlifetravel.com, that'll explain to you what the buy one get one free sale is and how to take advantage of that. So with that said, people want to see also how hard it is to get down from the upper bunk, which can oftentimes be a lot harder than getting up, and I've fallen several times, so hopefully that's not going to happen right now. Let's see how hard it is to get down. I think with this one it's pretty easy. You got a ladder right here. You're just going to want to swing your legs around after you've taken this down and climb straight down. So let's see how it goes. Yeah, that is definitely the easiest bunk to get down from of all of the Amtrak bunks. So if one of you is going to sleep up there and you have a hard time, you know, getting up and down, this bedroom is going to be the easiest for you. Another thing to point out about this lower level that I noticed was it is 40 inches wide from the back to the front, and it is about 6'2" long as well. So if you it's probably not wide enough for 2 people to sleep, but if you were really small, maybe 2 people could sleep there, and it would be, you know, something that's comfortable. It's a little bit bigger, quite a bit bigger actually, than a roomette, and it's just something that is a really spacious room. Okay, so Allie wanted me to measure how long the gap is to walk through, and it is 5 inches. So if you can fit through 5 inches, you're good. If not, you're gonna want to hop over this corner.
Okay, so we are in a Viewliner bedroom. It's a Viewliner 2. So this is a little bit newer car. So let me give you a tour. We're gonna start here right by the door. Door is behind me. This is the curtain, ta-da. And you can see, what I like about the bedroom though, is that you can see across the way. So in a family bedroom, you have the whole thing. On a Superliner, on a Viewliner, if you want to see out the other side, you can just open up that curtain or open up your door, no problem. Okay, first area is right here, is your sink area. So you've got a sink right here in your room, and you just push and the water comes on. So this is nice because you don't have to keep tapping it to get it to go while you're washing your hands or brushing your teeth, and it does turn off on its own, so you're not having to, you know, kind of keep track of that. You got your soap right here, and it's stable, so it's not going to roll around and fall on you in the middle of the night. You've got a mirror here, a nice little towel rack, and they do provide the hand towels and washcloths for you, as well as bath towels, which we'll talk about in a minute when we get to the shower. So right here, you'll also have 2 outlets, guys. This is amazing. You've got 2 right here, and there are 2 other ones in the room, which we'll see in just a minute. Light switches are right here, so you can turn your lights on and off to your bedroom right from the entrance to your room. So that's that. And then you also have this kind of medicine cabinet, medicine chest type area. You've got extra toilet paper and cups for rinsing out your mouth, and some place to put a couple of things that you don't want on the shelf down here. There is a little lip here as well to keep things from sliding all the way off, so you've got something to hold your stuff on there. Okay. Over here is your kind of closet area, little closet area. If you can see right here, there's a little bit of space there, and you've got some hangers here with a hook where you can hang some things if you want to. I'm just keeping my bag stored here, kind of out of the way, and it's not gonna fall over there. Right here, you can adjust your air, the vent, open it more. Woo, that really does come out. It makes a big difference. Or you can turn it all the way off or a little bit lower, so it's not blowing so hard on you if you don't want that. And then you've got other lights here. I love these. These are all, you're gonna see these in the Viewliner too. If you've seen our Viewliner roomette video, you've also seen these area lights here. So these are really nice at night. They're very easy on the eyes as well. The reading lights can be a little bit harsher, so this area light is really nice. You can also call your attendant from here. So I won't show you that right now, haha. And then there's your PA speaker. You can turn it on and off with this switch, in and out. And then here's the other 2 outlets. So you've got a total of 4 in this room, guys. Another area light on this side, and then reading light over here as well. So there's quite a bit of fun stuff on that side of the room. Now, if we're sitting here, we've got our table right here. Show you what that looks like when it's out. Pull that out, and you can sit and have your lunch, your breakfast, your dinner, whatever you want right here. You can also use this nice big table for doing some work if you need to get some work done. Very simple too. I have found in the past that sometimes it's a little bit hard to get that table in and out, but this one is really nice in the Viewliner too. It pops right out real easily. Okay. Now you've got some vents here, which you saw also in the roomette. These vents will blow air, so you can turn that off. It's gonna still blow a little bit of air if you turn it off. When you turn it on, all of those vents are firing, so you're gonna get a real cool blast of air if you do that. And then you've got one on this side as well. Now I like the curtains down here. You've got these. And what I like is this is stiff, so it's actually going to stay when you do that. And then you also have a set of curtains up here. So Rob is going to have a set of curtains up in his penthouse as well. So he'll show you that later after we make up the room. All right, and then over here we've got another seat. I'm just going to push that seat down and put the arms down, and you can sit right here, and you have a reading light here as well. Now, I'm going to show you a juicy little thing that you get right here. One of my favorite things about having the bedroom, and that is you have access to your own bathroom right here, guys. So I'm going to hop in here and show you guys around. I find that this space is a little bit bigger than what you get in a Superliner bedroom. So I'm going to show you this in here. So I feel like it's a little bit wider than in the Superliner bedroom, and you've got, it's the same setup, so you've got a bar here to hang on to should there be any issues. And then you've got your shower head, and it comes off. And on this one, it's just a one-pronged system to turn it on, so you just flip it to turn it on and off. And then you've got a cover as well for your toilet paper, so you don't end up with wet towels for your toilet paper. You've got your button to flush the commode here, and you can call the attendant from inside here should you have any problems at all. The nice thing is that if you need to, you also have the top of the seat here for the commode if you need to sit down while you're showering, and the rack for your towels right here. So right now, we're going to make up the bedroom for nighttime. I'm going to give you a tour of that. Okay, so we've got it all set up down here. This bed is 6'2" inches long, 6 feet 2 inches long, and 40 inches wide. A lot of people ask us if two people could sleep down here. You could, but it wouldn't be comfortable. You could maybe lay down, but I wouldn't do this overnight down here. But this is very comfy down here. All you need to do is move the chair, the facing chair on this side. It folds and flips over, and then the stairs are stored right behind there. So Rob is going to give you guys a tour of his penthouse upstairs. So let's have him go up the stairs. And now it's important to go forward facing, right?
Yeah, the stairs are pretty steep, so you want to go up forward. But this is going to be easy because there's all kinds of headroom, and there is a bar up there to grab hold of once you get halfway up. So this should be easy. Piece of cake. So this is probably the roomiest upstairs place you could have because you're facing forward for the direction of travel we are today. And so your windows are going to be over here to the side. You have a good view looking out. And then you don't have too much up here as far as storage goes. You just have this kind of little pouch. So I like to put my glasses, my phone, and all that in here as well. The other thing to note is that there are no outlets up here. So normally what we do is we string one up from the bottom. There's a little gap so you can put a little cord up because there are outlets right below here. So we do that. Then as far as vents up here, you do have quite a few. You have an air vent, you have an attendant vent, you have a night light, a ceiling light, and a reading light. The other thing you'll note up here is these storage areas, which in the Viewliner too are really, really big. Now this one, which is over the bathroom area, is actually a little bit taller than this one over here, which we have the downstairs mattress in right now. So this bar is a little bit lower than the bar is on this one. So you're gonna want to put your taller bag on this one and your shorter bag on that one. Otherwise, it will be tough to get those out. As far as getting down from here, really easy. You do want to go down backwards though, otherwise you could throw your knee out.
All right, guys, so these are both great options for the Superliner and the Viewliner. You can see they're pretty close to the same, with the obvious, what people think is bonus of the bathroom, right?
Yeah, there's a bathroom in the bedroom, and there is a little bit bigger bed compared to a roomette for the person on the lower level. Now, it is really not big enough for most people to have two people down there, though, is what we found. It is pretty tight in that instance, and almost everybody ends up sleeping one person up top and one person down below. You'd have to be pretty small to sleep two people on the lower level.
Yeah, I think basically just if you had like a small child with you,
yeah,
then they could sleep down there. And then I think the other downfall is the direction of how the bed is in the bedroom can be a little bit more challenging too, with the movement of the train. So on the roomettes, the beds are on the side of the train, and you can be, so you're just on the side of the train this way. But in a bedroom, the bed is this way, so you're laying here. So as the train is moving, you could very easily roll forward, and it has happened multiple times, hasn't it?
Yeah, with the roomette, you're facing the direction of travel. With the bedroom, you're perpendicular to the direction of travel, and it is a lot more challenging. I didn't think it would be a big deal, but it does tend to make it a little more difficult to sleep for us. Some people don't really mind it, but we have found it's a little more difficult to sleep. Now, you might be wondering the two types of trains we showed you, the Viewliner, the Superliner. The Viewliner's bedrooms are going to be the ones that are on trains that go to New York City at some point, and the Superliner ones are the ones that are primarily on the West Coast that leave out of Chicago, that are not going to be going to New York, because they are double-decker trains, and the Viewliners they're shorter trains, but since they're only single level, you get more space in them, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, which is what you saw with the space of the upper bunk, was clearly, a little bit more space on the Viewliner, and having the extra set of windows up there too.
Exactly. Now, with the both bedrooms, you will get your meals included. You will get access to the dining car, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If you're on the train, you're going to get those meals, and that's a pretty good deal, because the meals on Amtrak are actually pretty decent.
Yeah, very, they're actually really good. It's nice to not have to spend any extra money, because it is pretty pricey to book the bedrooms. It's one of the more expensive options on Amtrak as far as sleeper car rooms are concerned.
Yeah, now as far as pros and cons go of this, because it is an expensive option, we often find ourselves a little bit disappointed with the bedroom, because we end up thinking, it's a little tight. First of all, the bathrooms, these cars were designed many years ago, and the bathrooms are very small. On top of that, the bathroom is an all-in-one wet bath. So what that means, if you're going to take a shower in there, it's going to get the entire bathroom wet. And that's just not something that we as Americans are used to. They do that in other parts of the world, but that's not something that we do. And you're probably going to just get everything soaked if you try it. And then the bathroom is very tight, because people were smaller when these were designed, and there's just not much room in there. So a lot of people end up not even using the bathroom at all, because there are showers that are much bigger on the lower level of the train, and there's also bathrooms throughout the train which are also a little bit bigger. So unless you're pretty small, you may find that you don't even really want to use the bathroom, which kind of negates the fact of having the private bathroom in the first place.
Exactly. You end up paying a lot more money for the same functionality of, say, a roomette. The only thing you're getting in a Superliner, the only thing you're getting over a roomette and a Superliner is essentially the sink, if you're not going to be using the shower or the toilet in your bedroom. In a Viewliner, you have a sink in your room regardless of if it has a toilet or not. If you haven't watched that video, make sure you check that one out if you want to see that as an option as well. But yeah, the sink, I think, is really nice in a bedroom on both the Superliner and the Viewliner. It's a nice big counter, which is really nice.
It is, yeah. I do like having the sink as opposed to the roomette. It is nice to have that in there. You just want to brush your teeth, you can do that quickly. And you do have more space. But what I don't like is that, for the most part, only one person is really going to be able to see out the window in the direction of travel. You can't move any furniture around really. You know, when we're on the Via Rail, the Canadian, you can kind of move the chairs a little bit, and you can kind of both look out the window together. On these bedrooms, you're still just sitting one person direction of travel, one person facing the other way, which to me is like, I'd almost just rather have the two roomettes, because you could both sleep on the lower bed. You can both look out the direction of travel. You're gonna have more privacy. So, you know, I don't know. The bedroom, to us, the cost isn't just there for us, I think.
Yeah, and I think that's why we often say that we would prefer to get two roomettes across from each other if both people want to sleep on the bottom, over getting a bedroom, because, you know, you always say, oh, well, you do have the bathroom in the bedroom. But again, as we mentioned earlier, not a lot of people want to use the bathroom or the shower in the bedroom itself. Basically, you end up just using the sink. Then you're better off, if you're going to use the bathroom in the hallway anyways, or the shower in the hallway, you might as well just get the roomette, get two of them, and you've got tons of space.
Or just get one roomette and save the money. You know, if you found a bedroom that was a couple $100 more than a roomette, I'd probably do that. Or if I was using my points, maybe I would do it. But if I'm paying double as a cash rate, I just don't think we would pay that to ride in a bedroom, because it's essentially the same thing. And I think we're going to sleep better in the roomette due to the direction of travel. And we're used to the tight space during the day. It doesn't really matter. If you feel like you need to spread out, that's who the bedroom is for. But for a lot of people, they end up wishing they had just gotten the roomette.
Yeah, so guys, hopefully this was helpful to you. If you were trying to decide if you're going to book a bedroom on Amtrak, if you have questions, leave those for us down in the comment section, and we hope to see you next time.